You just received your iMac skin. Great. Next step, application. You're going to want a nice big space to work on and some sort of barrier to protect your screen while applying the back skin. I'm using my microfiber yoga towel, bonus points for something that's lint-free. Start by cleaning the work surface, then lay down your protective barrier. Place your iMac screen side down. We're going to start with the back skin. We're going to begin by loosening the skin from the backing paper. To do this, gently peel back the skin from all four corners. This makes the next step much easier. Once the skin has been loosened from the backing paper, carefully remove the skin, slide the backing paper up so that it's sitting just above the stand area, then place the skin back on the paper. You should only have the lower third of the skin exposed. This method makes the application more manageable. Areas that aren't yet aligned won't be stuck into place prematurely. Start with the area around the stand. Separate the skin and place it as shown. You want the top of the stand cut out to be as close to the stand as possible. The power cord plug-in area below the stand is your alignment guide. If alignment isn't right, reposition and retry. And a note on that, just keep in mind that this applies for the entire application process. You can always lift and realign the skin as long as it's not fully pressed into the device. By just lightly pressing an area with one finger, it can easily be lifted and realigned. But when you press and smooth the skin down to the device, you risk stretching the skin when peeling it back for realignment, so just avoid that. Moving along, you're going to now align the lower sides. On the left, you will use the edges and port areas as your alignment guides. On the right, you will use the edges and power button areas as your guides. When you're happy with the alignment, gently remove the backing paper. The top area of the skin should be pretty well aligned. If not, carefully lift and reposition the areas that are not. This process can be a little fiddly, but you must spend the effort in getting the alignment right before pressing the skin into place. Once it's all correctly aligned, press and smooth the skin into place with the palms of your hands. Because our skins have channeled adhesive, air bubbles can easily be removed by repetitively pressing them out towards the closest edge or opening with your fingers. Let's move on to the back of the stand. Use the oval cutout and side areas as your alignment guide. Carefully place the skin, lightly sticking it down with a couple of finger points. When you're happy with how it looks, press the skin into the stand, smooth out any air bubbles. Now that the difficult pieces are installed, proceed with installing the side skins. I recommend starting with the bottom, then the sides, and then the top. Remember to lightly stick down the skin so it can easily be readjusted. You will likely need to adjust these areas. Repeat this process for the side of the stand. Use the circular top areas and straight edges as your guides. If you opted for back coverage, you're done. If you opted for front and back coverage, let's move on to the front. Carefully rotate your iMac so it's screen side up with the stand facing towards you. Using the same technique, carefully lift the skin from the backing paper in all four corners. Lightly place the top of the skin on the device, not so much worrying about alignment. These areas can easily be lifted and realigned because of the screen's glass surface. Let's start with the thick bottom bezel area. Align the skin with the lower edges of the device. When satisfied with the alignment, use your palms to press the skin into place. Again, any air bubbles can easily be removed using your fingers by pressing and smoothing the bubbles to the nearest edge. Once the lower bezel is secured, grab the top two corners of the skin and align the side and top areas. Press and smooth it into place. If the skin doesn't line up perfectly, again, you can gently lift and reposition. Sometimes it takes a couple of times to get this right. Next, we'll apply the front of the stand. Start by aligning the skin with the front edge of the stand. When aligned, using your fingers, press the skin into the top of the stand. Ensure the skin fully adheres to the curved area where the stand bends. Using your thumbs, press the rest of the skin into place, paying attention to the oval cutout. Ensure it's lined up correctly. Press and smooth the skin into place again. The last piece is the thin skin that wraps around the base of the stand. Place the iMac upright with the back of the screen facing you. You can start at any point. I did my best to find the center and then work my way around by rotating the device. This skin is easy to stretch because it's so thin, so be careful not to pull it too tight. And you're done. Take a moment to ensure all air bubbles have been pressed away, then give yourself the biggest high five. It's tricky, but it's well worth it. Enjoy your skin.